Gangland Podcasts.
So, hello and welcome to our 7th episode of Gangland related podcasts. My name's Lee Wortley. You what?
Six
What you about
episode.
Fuck off, 7 it is.
6, man.
Is it hell?
Huh?
Listen, who's the gaffer around this neck of the woods?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you are. Okay, so, hello and welcome to this, our 6th Gangland related podcast. My name's Lee Wortley.
I'm Anthony Wayne Thomas.
You what? Fucking Wayne? What are you doing? What's with the
Yeah,
Wayne
yeah.
bollocks?
Well, it's Bruce Wayne, Batman.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, you don't look like a fucking Wayne. What are you about Wayne?
Well, I was a fucking Wayne looking.
Well, it doesn't
I
look
just
like
thought,
you,
right,
yeah.
I sound a bit more professional, say my own name. You know what I mean, for a change. Anyway, just drop it in, right? I'm Anthony Thomas.
That's better, Ant. Anyway, Wayne, what we got coming up today, my son?
Yeah, take the piss, yeah. Right, what we got coming up today? We got an exclusive interview with the fiance of the notorious Charles Salvador, a.k.a. Bronson.
Yeah,
This is
woman.
one amazing interview. So, it's so big, we're going to go for a two-parter on this, Lee, I think, can we? I'm going to dedicate the shows to Lee, but I'll leave Lee tell you the rest.
Yeah, I'll tell you the rest in 1 second, but before I tell you the rest, I'll just say one thing. I said this 2 podcast shows back.
Go on.
I dare you to fucking fidget again. Right, okay, so I finally managed to meet up to do an exclusive interview with Paula, who's she's been on a really tight schedule. She's been up doing this show, that show. She was on the Piers Morgan breakfast. Hey, I said his fucking name right, Morgan. Yeah, that's him. I normally call him Piers Brosnan. Anyway, that twat who's friends with David Cameron. She's been on that. She was on that loose women, cackling women bit, and she's
She's doing well, isn't she?
She did a
fair play.
couple of. Yeah, she did really well. She did. We've got part 1 coming up today. Part 1. So
What's been happening? Charlie's agreed to do us a picture for our new book, Lee, haven't he? So
fantastic. Yeah,
that's looking good. Also, we got some exclusive Charlie Salvador audio coming up later in the show, which no one's heard before, so you don't want to miss that.
Yes, you definitely don't want to miss that at all. You know, that's my posh voice. Hey, just sat there thinking that after chats with Paula and that, and just saying to her, is there any chance? I know it's a long shot. Charlie does amazing pictures, and they go for a lot of money, and they go for a lot of fantastic charity and all that. Is there any way that he could do us one? I just pictured, and so he agreed. I just pictured him sat.
Yeah, fair play to him, innit?
Sat doing us one. Yeah, what a good fella. Yeah, fine. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Anyway, Charlie has been fantastic supporting us with this Gangland podcast anyway, and we was hoping to get him to do the bit at the front where I go
Gangland Podcasts.
Well, it's still early days, isn't it? We'll have a go. But
yeah. Well, hopefully he'll do it. Yeah.
He's always been a good guy. Like I said, he used to write them years ago, and he done a page from my first Lenny book, as you know. And here's also a little fact I doubt anyone listening will know is I once appeared in Charlie's book called Heroes and Villains: The Good, the Mad, the Bad, and the Ugly. I don't know.
You did as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't know if many people know but...
No, I don't think they do now. I think it was, in all fairness, I don't like to joke about stuff like this, but I think it was on a gatefold bit with you one side and Jimmy Cranky on the other one.
Jimmy fucking Cranky again.
Fuck off, I had to slip it in there. Go on. Go on. Right, go on then. So, which one was you then, anyway?
What do you mean, which one was I? What are you trying to say? It was a good opposite, even I.
Still out, mate.
No, what it was, I was friends with Tel Curry at the time. He used to have the Roy Shaw site, I had the Lenny site. He passed away. I don't want to speak about that, but I did hear he passed away. Rest in peace, Tel Curry, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was a good guy, and like I said, my mate once... Tel asked me would I appear in a book, and I wrote a little piece out for him, and he showed Charlie, and Charlie put me in as Big Tony from Wales. So, but I was quite pleased at the time. You know what I mean? But it's available online to buy anyone. So
yeah, it's good. It's good that, mate. Anyway, I'm sure everyone will be rushing out there now to seek that one out. So
also, if I slip another quick one in, another little something.
Your pardon.
Huh? Who matron?
Hey, there's a fucking age limit on this programme. So.
We're on to carry on fucking films now, we. Let me slip this one.
Innuendo City. Oh, matron.
But see, I forgot what I was fucking saying now. You put me right off. Oh, right, tell Curry. No, it's just just a little story. My mate had a bit of a car crash. He was working on the doors, and he took a few substances which he shouldn't have. He was driving, bit silly.
Solvents.
Well, I won't go into detail, but he had a bad car crash, broke his back. He was ended up in a coma. Lucky no one else was involved. He went off the road and smashed himself up. But I was mates with Tel Curry at the time, and
go on.
Well, like I said, he was into a bit of the gangland scene, and Charlie, my mate, was, and Tel got straight on to Charlie and went 2-3 days. My mate had only just come out of out of a coma, and 2-3 days later, Charlie had a picture of him. Brendan, hope you get better. That's how generous I'm trying to say Charlie was as well. Like through the help of Tel at the time, he was like his manager or was involved with him.
Yeah, well,
But like I said, that's how much Charlie, when he helps people out. People don't hear about stories like that, do they?
It's a good point, mate, because we're here to sort of dispel certain myths, and over the process of this episode and the next, we hope that's what we'll do, But for now, we'll just digressing a bit. Let's go straight into a question, shall we?
Go on then.
What?
Huh? Well, what's the script say, Lee?
Script? What do you mean fucking script? Hey, hang on, you did this last time. I ain't got no script.
Oh, yeah. But we natural, see.
Hey, straight off the hip, mate, me. Right, anyway, so we've got a question from our questions man, we call him now, Mr. Questions fella Martin Jackson, and anyway, he's got this to ask.
Has Charlie got any regrets?
Right, yeah, good question, but there from Martin. Has Charlie got any regrets? Well, I think you should be asking fucking Charlie, actually, not us. But I know what he means. Huh? Yeah, exactly.
Fucking difficult.
Do we think Charlie's got any regrets? I think the question should be. I suppose he got fucking loads of regrets. Yeah, he would have been out there. Hey, I'm fucking talking to you, not you. Fucking butted in. Well, huh? He's a pasty over there now. You
hear that? Just fucking pushed me into the door, the big bastard.
Well, let me fucking finish. Yeah, you go and eat your pasty for a fucking minute now.
Go on, get on with it.
Yeah, Charlie got regrets. Yeah, I think he has, because he would have been out of fucking jail a long time ago. Otherwise, would he? But I don't know. I mean, it's the way he was brought up in there. Like I said, obviously he's regret some things. Hopefully he haven't now, and since he met Paula and all that. He's a changed man, and he can sort his life out to get out. But short and sweet. Of course, he got regrets.
Well, let's be honest.
What do you think?
I don't know. I can't hear you at the minute. So let's be honest. He's probably got some regrets of things he actually never went through with as well. I don't want to stir up any shit, but
like what? I mean? Like what? What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. People that maybe annoyed him over the years.
Oh, yeah.
He never seeks a bit of retribution on, but
it's in the past now, isn't it? Yeah.
Of course, like you said, of course, he'll have regrets. I think Paula talks about something with regard to that. But to be honest with you, I did ask Paula. I said, "Can you float a couple of these questions over to Charlie?" I'm not saying, and I'm sort of hoping that that there's a chance that he will be able to answer them, and whether we can hear them at all. So you never know, do you?
Hey, maybe we can get a question to Paula, to Charlie, and for a future episode, and get his answer off.
Well, that's what I was just saying. I've sent sort of 2
Yeah,
or 3
he sent
over
it
there.
across, yeah.
To see if there's any chance that he can.
Yeah.
You know, but we don't want to scupper any chance of anything to do with this
No,
parole board or anything.
Of course,
I don't want to be sat parked up here in Grimsby when you're 6 million miles away from me. You know what I mean? And I'm the one getting buried.
But,
and I'm going, well, hang on a minute. I was only having a little bit of a joke on the podcast, you know.
Yeah.
But straying from the path, our podcast today is all about, it's all sort of proactive and
it's all positive, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
I mean, he's done his time. Let's get him out. I'm not, you know.
He fucking out. Too right, he's done his fucking time. Do you know what I mean? I swear on that. I will swear there. It's annoying. It's annoying, you know.
Yeah, of course it's annoying.
You know, here, I'll tell you what, I'm going to jump in here now, and I'm going to say something I was debating earlier on. You've got Charlie parked up in Nick, you know, 23 hours a day, banged up for 37 years, 41 he's been in, yeah?
Yeah.
Right? And he's never done anything like murder anyone or done harm to anyone, you know, outside, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got these radicals on the streets at the minute. God bless all them, you know, sort of take a minute to sort of think about them people who's lost the family and that for a minute, because it's poignant in all our lives at this time. And I just think there's all these scum, you know, walking about. And then there's someone like Charlie banged up for 23 hours a day. It's fucking unjust to me. It really is, you know. And I'll ask you a question now. I'm going to ask you a question. I know this is a Gangland podcast, but I'm going to ask you a question because it's important to everyone. And I want everyone to answer this as well, if you will. Right?
Right. One.
Like, I'm not into seeking retribution and vigilante state, right? Because it don't work, right? Okay. But answer me this question. I feel like unless somebody does something about this, there's going to be like a sort of on the pavement civil war, right? Because
it's happened. Yeah.
Here's the kicker, right?
Right.
Say the lady who was God bless her, who was stabbed 15 times, right? Now you answer me this: if she had in her possession a 12-inch carving knife that she fucking wielded when he walked up to her, would she have got stabbed that many times, mate?
Yeah. Yeah, no,
go on.
Actually, you come. All right.
And that's what I mean. Would she? And would people be dead if they could? And people will start arming themselves, mate, unless something's done.
So, in other words, should people carry weapons? Yes, 100%. I agree. If that's what you mean.
Well, I'm not saying that I'm condoning it, or I'm not saying.
Whether she would have had time to pull that knife out, or whatever you said, is another story. But at least she would have had it on. You know what I mean? Well, I'll give you a quick example. I'm a doorman, as you said. There was a doorman in that part of London. When they go from the fucking transit, they hit the pubs and the clubs, and they went at the doorman stabbing him. Now, I mean, it's something we've got on for years. Should doormen have weapons? I mean, and fucking right, I agree. We should. I mean, but
the only thing is, it's always that same old argument, innit? It's them sort of opinions are made on the majority. The minorities, because there's a minority of doormen and bouncers and security people out there who will take that as, I'll stab every fucker up.
That's who we've got against, isn't it? Yeah,
exactly. And it's always the case. You know, I mean, we've had many chats about door staff and the way things are run these days. Like we've said, there wouldn't be the likes of Lenny Mclean, the Guvnor, these days if he started working the door in the third millennium, would there? Let's be honest, because you've just got no jurisdiction these days. You basically have to fucking tickle them to death. You know, but, and what happened? And we'll talk about this in a later episode because it's a big deal. But what happened? What happened to good old-fashioned geezers, fellas, the likes of you and I? You walk on the street, if I piss you off and you belt me on the chin, if you beat me, then that's the end of it. And I just wipe my mouth and I go back home, right? Not go down the old bill shop, grassing every fucker up. Yeah, it's made me sick. And the world's turn into an horrible place. Anyway, we have definitely.
We keep on for another. We may do a show on it, but that's totally off subject.
We will do a show on it.
But I agree. Just to answer your question, fucking right should have weapons. You know what I mean? It's pointless to say what I would have done to them if I was a doorman, because it didn't. It's not going to happen. It didn't happen.
No.
So.
No, and it's
right,
all
but most people would have done the same anyway. So
anyway, we've got some. I'm beating you this time.
Go on.
We've got a bit of cracking news today, haven't we?
Right. Yeah. This afternoon.
Regarding you and I.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on.
Well, you just taken it. You said you're going to get in first.
I know, but I'm sharing.
Yeah. No. Well, we've had our cover for our new Lenny book due out beginning of October now, isn't it? I think they put it back a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but, due to politics.
Yeah, if we want to say the full name, the cracking book, cracking cover, which we'll show you now in a bit, if Lee can stick it on you.
Yeah. But it's like that sort of finalising step in it that Blake's have finished. The design team's finished our approval. I don't know how much of an approval we get, but anyway.
Yeah.
I do know that in the contract it says that they have the final word.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much of the final word they'd have if me and you fucking parked up outside their door and turned up and had a pop at them.
Yeah. There's nearly 50 fucking stone by there, between the two of us.
It'd go like this on the phone. Listen, we're not happy about that cover. We want this changing. Well, we're telling you now that it's staying as it is. Right, listen. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. But anyway, we're happy with it anyway. It's dogs, isn't it?
Yeah, the Guvnor revealed the untold story of Lenny Mclean.
Get that right.
I know, right? I mean, go on.
You
did
just
read it.
Right. Yeah, you did get it right. The untold story of Lenny Mclean. I didn't want that to be plural, did we?
Yeah.
Stories seems like, even though it is a collection of stories, we like to sort of see it as a sort of a referencing life story, which we sort of touted to Blake's, and I think they're going to nick that idea off from us.
Yeah, exactly.
Cheeky
but
twats.
What else we got, Lee? Any other?
Yeah, man. I tell you what. Let's get back on track. We've got. I spoke to Jan Lamb.
Yeah.
And we've got her on the show anytime soon, and she's got her books just been released.
Yeah, paperback, isn't it?
Yeah, Angel of the Underworld. It's at a checkout. It's on paperback on Amazon, and it's on Kindle for anyone. And
right. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's only it's a bit cheap, to be honest. It's only a couple of quid. I think it's on offer at $1.99 at the minute. I got it.
You can't go wrong, can you? Yeah.
No.
Well, it's an exclusive interview coming up soon with that in there as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Go on. What else, mate?
Michael Nesbitt's Britain Gangland issue 9 is out this month, featuring
cracking lad.
the late Norsa Powell. Me and Lee had a copy of it, cracking this month.
Oh, it is. I'll tell you what, if you've got a spare tenner, grab a copy. It's a fantastic little magazine. To be honest with you, I'm going to do myself down now and say that for weeks and months I meant to grab them issues, and for whatever reason I never did. And then Nezzy messaged Ant and I, because we've been plugging him a little, and said, I'm going to send you a copy through. I said, I don't want out for note, mate, you know what I mean? I said, we'll pay you for it. He went, no, I just want you to, you know, because you do a bit for me, and that's good of the man, isn't it? So
a little surprise as well. I got a 2-page article in there when I met Norsa Power, and good little writer.
Yeah.
And a photo as well. So thank you for that, Nez. I forgot all about that. I done that a few years ago.
That. Yeah, it's good that.
So
right, go on.
An exclusive interview coming up with Nezzy in the next couple of weeks now as well. So
yeah.
Right.
Hang on a minute. How come these interviews keep fucking piling up? I've got a fucking backlog.
Well, you know what you fucking like. No bastard slow, you are.
And what's this one here? Fucking Rolf Harris. You can fucking turn that in there, interviewing that twat. I ain't been one of his little boys with 2 little fucking toys. Oh, God. Anyway, that's enough,
don't
that's enough of them.
Pedo cunt on here, do we?
Yeah.
So,
took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, pardon the French, innit? Right, are we going to go to another question?
Go on then.
What do you say?
Yeah, go on, Martin. Take it away, my son.
How do you think Charlie's going to cope after all years in solitary and in cages?
Gangland Podcast.
Okay, so another one. Cracking question from Martin. He is a star, is Martin Jackson, one of the boys, and Anthony loves him. Not in the biblical sense, neither.
Yeah, not a gay way, like.
Yeah. No, I said not in the biblical sense.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, we think he's fantastic. And yeah, shall I answer this question?
Yeah,
well
you go
Martin?
first. Go on.
Go on then. Do you know what? Go on. You was going to say something.
I was going to say, go and have a fucking cup of tea when you're talking.
I was going to say, was it fucking poignant what you was going to say? If not,
No.
shut the fuck up.
Right, sorry. My apologies.
Right. So what was it? How do you think Charlie had cope?
How was he going to
years in
cope after all
solitary
years in solitary?
and in cages? It's going to be a strange one. Do you know what? Right. This is the way I look at it. Like this.
Yeah.
Can you see how I'm looking at it? No. This is how I look at it. If Charlie is now, what is he, 64?
63, 64, yeah.
63 fucking years on him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
but he's 64, but if he's listening, he looks about 40 odd.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like that, Charlie, if you're listening, mate. Yeah, and to be honest with you, if Charlie had have been younger maybe coming out,
Yeah.
then a different kettle of fish, isn't it? He's a 63, 64-year-old man now, fit as a fiddle, like, you know, we've seen pictures of him.
Yeah.
Always training and that, but he's I fucking tell you now, mate, he's as sharp as a tack, isn't he, the lad?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
He's sharp.
He's still training every day, isn't he?
I think people have a misconception about Charlie that he's, someone sees someone locked behind bars like an animal as such for all them years and think that it'd be some sort of lunatic and as if he's not astute and he's been in there, he's educated himself and that. He's a clever sharp fellow, is old Charlie. You know, and I think for the record, I think he'll get out, have his freedom, settle out in the country somewhere, and I think he'll cope fantastically, yeah. And be a bit weird being out in the open. I suppose.
Oh, yeah, of course,
You know.
Yeah,
but
like living in Wales, isn't it?
Hey, I don't know about that, mate. Fucking hell. You look like you've been strategically shaved. Fucking coming down from the valleys. Fucking hell.
Out to the mountains.
Hey, I won't fight the birds from your place. I didn't mean Anne-Marie. Sorry, Anne-Marie, if you're listening.
But
go on,
yeah.
so what's your... Go on.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for a minute. But same with anyone, they come out to prison, he's been in so long, innit? Different with Charlie, been in so long, like, but
yeah.
like I said, as long as you got good people around him, people like Rod and Paula, his own family, if they get behind him, like I said, he's 63 now, 64, he don't want the shit anymore. Like, he just wants to get out and, live his life, go down to shop in the morning, get a paper. Do you know what I mean? I don't
exactly.
I wouldn't say you have a fag, but I don't think he smokes, do you? I'm not sure, but
no, he don't. No, he's training mad and he don't smoke. Never smoked.
Always been a fitness fanatic, but
yeah. I mean, be honest with you, mate. I'll bring the craze in here. Reggie and Ron. They were kept in and made an example of. It was bound to happen. I think you've made an example of them. You don't have to keep fucking making an example of Charlie. Let the poor man out.
Exactly.
That's all I have to say on the subject.
Well, it's going to be hard.
And that ain't me arse licking. That ain't mean you kissing arse. Because if I thought the opposite, I'd say, well, is it right? Is it, But I don't. It is 100%. I couldn't be any more passionate on the calm down there on the subject. 14 years over his tariff. Fucking come on.
Yeah, exactly.
With yourself, innit? Who fucking decides that? It makes me sick.
Yeah. Well, it will happen, hopefully, in time, like, I mean.
It'll happen, God willing.
Yeah.
And it couldn't happen to a lovely woman, Paula's a really cracking lass after I've spoken to her quite a lot.
Well, he got something to live for now, come out for, hasn't he? Where's he going to be stuck in there? I know there's been other people in the past, but I think this is the one, isn't it? What we've heard from Paul and all that, like, but...
yeah, that's it.
Right,
so
coming up...
What is it? You forgot what it is?
I'm trying to think now. What we got coming up? Oh, we got the audio, isn't it?
Okay, no. He's senile, this lad.
Right, blank our last part out. Right, coming up, we got an exclusive audio recording of Charlie Salvador. Please enjoy.
Okay, now you went Yankee for a minute.
I know.
Yeah. Go on then. No, I just want to know. Obviously, people are interested in what about me and you and the future and how you see things.
You and me. That's the way to toss the dice. It's meant to be. The only one for me is you.
Bloody is meant to
For
be.
me. So happy together. Right, go on.
Go on then.
Oh, right. She walked into my life. And now she's taking over.
I hope not.
And it's beautiful. Darling, it's beautiful. Right, Paula, me and Paula, us. Right, what can you say? I'll tell you what I can say. She's bloody lovely. She's gorgeous. She's delicious. She smells good. She tastes good. She is good. Future.
Yeah.
Beautiful. There's things I can say, but I'm not going to say because it's a secret.
It is.
We've got good news. No bad news.
All good news.
All fantastic news. We've even got, exclusive this. We've even got and booked up our honeymoon.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Little Dean Prison. I've got my own cell. By the way, Little Dean Prison is about 400 years old and my mate owns it. He's turned it into a museum. He's kept me a cell, hasn't he? I've got my own flowery dell down there. And that's where we're having our honeymoon.
Lucky me.
The geezer that owns the place, Andy Jones, is a lovely, lovely man, a good
Yes.
friend of mine. He's going to lock us up on our honeymoon.
I
It's
will
going to
enjoy
be
that.
gorgeous for me. It's going to be home from home, isn't it?
It is.
Love it. Yeah, we've got lovely plans, dreams. Let's put it at this. When I get out, and it's going to be sooner than a lot of people think, yeah.
I'm nodding.
There's going to be some arses twitching, mate, when they see I'm getting out. Believe me, there's a lot of people out there used and abused me, you know. Yeah, use my name. Yeah, that's why I killed off Bronson and become Charlie Salvador, because I'm
Yeah.
a born-again artist. Anyway, Paula, what are we going to do outside?
What aren't we going to do?
What are we going to do outside?
Exactly.
The question. We're going to do things. Nice things. Put on some art shows.
Yes.
Do plenty of charity.
We want to do a lot of work, a lot of good, and we also obviously want our private time as well.
Oh, yes. A little cottage, by the way, and call it Rainbow Cottage.
Rainbow God, that's so fun, yeah. That's why we want 2 houses.
Yep.
A place in London for a bit of business and somewhere else which no one will know about.
And the reason we want a little cottage right out in the country is because that's where I want to create my masterpiece art.
Yes, in the garden.
I was recently asked by a very prominent journalist who will rename nameless, because he's done me a lot of favours over the years. He's a gentleman. He said to me, Charles, that's how he talks, by the way. Charles, what is the greatest art you've created up to now? And I thought about it. And I thought to myself, it's not been created yet, mate.
Exactly.
It won't be created until I'm sitting in the sunshine in my garden, in my little rainbow cottage, creating the masterpiece.
And it will be.
And it's going to be a masterpiece because it's going to be done in a very, very special way. I'll leave the rest for Paula to describe how.
I don't know if I can on this.
And again, she might not describe how, because it is very, very heavy.
It's naughty, but we can't give everything away. We need,
Nice, naughty.
a naughty but nice.
Naughty but nice.
And one of the things that obviously we're going to be talking about, and what I would like to hear your views on, is there are some people in this country who think that me and you are a publicity stunt.
Right, do you want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Load of bollocks.
Ridiculous.
Absolute load of bollocks. What we are, we were two lost souls.
Yes.
Like two leaves floating in a tornado. And we've just landed together.
What a lovely.
Since we've been together, everything's been lovely.
It has. It's clicked into place.
I feel happy, contented. I feel good.
And me.
All my madness and badness and anger and violence has just disappeared. I just feel relaxed, chilled out. I'm mature. I'm acting my age. Because I have been naughty, you know. Very naughty.
You have been a bit naughty,
You don't spend 43 years in the can for being good, do you?
Not really.
But, I now feel I've come to that time in my life where I need a bit of spooning.
And you're going to have it.
I need a bit of love in my life.
You're definitely going to have it.
I need a bit of naughtiness too.
You've got it. Don't you worry about that.
At the end of the day, people that write shit and talk shit, well, they become shit, don't they?
It's jealousy.
It's jealousy. It's envious.
It's their own lives. I've not got a lot in, so they've got to throw the whatever at me and you.
Let's give you an example. It's like these Facebook warriors. Ooh. They make my skin crawl. They really do. They sit behind their computers. Incidentally, I've never even seen a computer, let alone work one.
I've got a lot to teach you.
They sit behind their screens with their little fingers going.
Yeah.
Dribbling at the mouth. Who can I upset today?
Yeah. What?
They're like a load of little sheep jumping on the bandwagon, like a load of rats steaming down a sewer. Yeah. Brave, aren't they? Aren't they brave?
Aren't they really?
They all gang up on one person, like my Paula, like they have done in the past.
Well, they've tried to.
They've tried, but they got a little bit more than they bit off, didn't they?
They're not going to succeed.
No, they're not naughty. I'll call them evil.
I just call them pathetic. I just think I feel sorry for them.
They're bullies.
It is bully tactics.
It is bully. I hate them.
I hate them, and you know, I've had, obviously Charlie's had shit thrown at him in the past, probably literally and figuratively, and now I'm getting shit thrown at me, and it's ridiculous. I don't deserve it. We are the real deal. I shouldn't even. No one else. If a bird meets a footballer and she goes out with him, does she get shit thrown at her? No, she doesn't.
That's good question. That.
Just because I've fallen in love with someone who happens to be notorious and in prison, that does not make me a bad person or anything else.
First time me and Paula met, actually it was an open visit, wasn't it?
It was an open visit, yeah.
And I've been on close visits for decades.
So that was strange.
That first visit, when our eyes met each other, we melted into each other. It was absolutely
We did.
Gorgeous.
And I didn't know if you felt the same way. And it's. Do you know what? Any people that doubt me and you, I would give them 5 minutes of watching me and you together, and they would walk out and go, "Forget it. These are meant to be." Because
it's the real deal. There's no doubt about it.
We're a right eccentric pair.
Yeah, fantastic. My life's changed. There's a rainbow above my head now. It's always blackness and greyness and darkness and horribleness. Now, I wake up in the morning, smiling, do me workouts, do me art, feel good, bounce about, feel alive, fit, well, happy, got a future. Come on.
And I feel that way as well.
And I'm living in an Annabelle Lecter cage.
Exactly. If you can be
in an Annabelle Lecter cage for most of my life, adult life, and all of a sudden, I'm happy. Happiness. Greatest thing that I possess. I dared myself with happiness. Oh, I better not sing that song.
Why?
Bloody Rolf Harris's song, isn't it?
Oh, God, yeah, he gets out today.
Let's have it right. In the 60s, he had a #1 hit. Two little boys had two little...
God.
Yeah, we know now what he was singing about.
Well, don't we? Bloody hell.
No, he is nasty. Yeah, right, listen, I've got to go.
Yeah,
Uh,
but thanks for that.
thank you. Right, yeah.
Okay, so that was a fantastic bit of audio there. Just wonder now, have we got time for another question, Ant, or what, mate?
Well, it's our show, Lee. We do what we like. I mean,
Well, yeah.
But,
it's fucking true.
we could have 10 fucking more questions, but viewers might get bored by the end. But
They don't want to hear us jabbering on all
yeah,
night, do they?
yeah, get them on, Lee. Get him on.
Anyway, yeah,
See what you got to
so
say.
Let's go and see what he has to say. Go on, Martin. Let's have another one. Oh, my son.
What do you think his artwork's going to be like? Because all his artwork's been based on his prison experiences, sort of thing, hasn't it? So, is it going to change?
Yeah, an interesting question, Mark. That one. Is his artwork going to change when he comes out? Yeah, I'd like to think so. I mean, but like you said, all his artwork has been based around prison experiences. Yeah, I've done a few others. I mean, but you know, not with prison. But you can imagine, like you said, he's picking the papers up. He's reading all these books. I know he reads inside, but he can do whatever he wants now. You can watch telly, see different stuff, and it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to change, and it's going to be very interesting. But
Yeah. Well, I think his art will probably have a lot more sort of, you know, they'll be sort of based around sort of freedom, obviously, rather than being incarcerated, won't they? I mean, that's probably the first thing. But it'll take a while, I suppose, for his head to come out of that self. You know what I'm saying? To come out of that space that he's been living in for all them years, I suppose. I don't know.
yeah,
But like we said, he's a sharp fella, Charlie. He'll already be thinking about how he will be approaching any sort of things like that, like his artwork and that. You know, he's a clued up fellow, Charlie. So
exactly. But,
I think it'll probably be obviously it'll be less dark in some areas, I suppose, won't it?
yeah,
But,
you've hit the nail on the head there. That's what I'm trying to get out there. It's not going to be so dark and you know, spiders in the corners of floors and that.
Yeah.
I think it's be a few more rainbows and you know blue skies, perhaps. I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at it like that.
Hopefully that's what life will be like for him. So
Exactly. But
so there you go. That answers that, I think.
right, the time we won't be waiting for an exclusive interview with Charlie's fiance Paula.
Drum roll.
What the fuck's that?
It's a drum roll.
You're supposed to add that later.
It wasn't a drum roll. It's just on my fucking side. I could have done drum rolls. I've got them all on my keyboard here, haven't I? You know. Right. So.
Oh, you put me off again. But yeah, go on. We're gonna go on. You can bring it in. Do the intro to Paul and Lee.
Okay, so here we are at the most important part of our Gangland podcast, the interview. We're joined this evening by a really sweet lady, Paula Williamson. Paula's name is very, very current in the news right now, albeit for slightly notorious reasons. I'm sure she won't mind me saying that. Owing to the fact that she's at present in a relationship with none other than Charles Salvador. For those of you that don't know that moniker, he was for a long while Bronson, that of which Paula will explain the reason for the turnaround. Anyway, so Paula's done many chats, interviews over the past months, and I'm here to do a no holds barred chat, set aside sort of the current controversy that's in abundance, and just have a straightforward, no fucking bullshit, honest chat.
At last.
Yeah.
God for that.
And I ain't no Pierce Morgan.
Well, good, because the gloves are off now, I'll tell you now. I don't care.
Well, I got my door locked ready for you to turn up to give me a clump if I do.
Well, you just don't know. I'm Bronson's bird now, after all.
Right, so let's get at it then. So, sounds a bit fucking ominous, that.
Well, let's see.
Sorry, Charlie, I didn't mean that. Anyway, was you interested in gangland-related stuff growing up then, Paula, or not?
Lee, I was not.
No?
I've always been interested in true crime, but more from a psychological point of view.
Right.
Lots of different crime cases have fascinated me.
Uh-huh.
From probably about 5 years old. My first was Jack the Ripper at
Right.
5.
Mm-hmm.
My dad very kindly introduced me to that, which was lovely for a 5-year-old little girl. So yeah, I got a bit. I think from that day, I was very interested in the East End of London from an early age.
Yeah, me too.
And started sort of visiting and hanging around the East End when I was sort of 17, back and forth. And it's only the kind of gangland things, the Cray-related things, etc., that I got into after sort of becoming interested in Charlie.
Right.
Because before him, I don't know, I just wasn't really. It was more, like I say, the more the psychological kind of murder kind of.
More the serial killers.
Yeah, and the background and what makes them become that. Can we ever figure out what makes them, it just all of that business. And I know a lot about lots of different cases, but Charlie's was not one that I was interested in at all growing up whatsoever.
No.
There you go.
No, that's that. Yeah, I mean, it's not odd. I mean, it sounds people will sort of listen and think, well, how did you start to get into it, and what made you then get into speaking to Charlie? But I was just going to say that a few weeks ago you appeared on a few TV shows, didn't you? Loose Women and all that. And I know it's a bit contentious, but I just wanted you to sort of set the record straight a bit, because there was sort of slated online a bit, weren't you, about the old... I don't know if I want to say his name, but that twat who's just died, Brady.
Yeah.
So,
yes, thank you.
Up, but do you just want to put it to bed, or...?
I do want to put it to bed. And before anyone starts piping up, who does she want to put to bed now? Listen, I was at, and Charlie will tell you this himself, I was at drama school and I was going to do a monologue from a play called And All the Children Cried. And it's a play about Myra Hindley and another character as well. And because I lived in Manchester then, obviously... those crimes, you can still... I mean, I used to catch the same bus into drama school as Winnie Johnson, the mother of Keith Bennett.
Yes.
And I don't condone it. I don't glorify it in any way, shape or form. No. And I was researching this play, and I spoke to a tutor, and so I asked my tutor, because I just didn't understand, first of all, how this woman from Gorton could have committed the offences that she committed. And I couldn't understand how this man from Glasgow could either. It was intriguing, and I think that if we don't say that we're intrigued by these cases, we're absolute liars, because you've got people that have written loads and loads of books about Norse murders. Are they to be, hounded and demonised? No, they're not. You buy them, and they sell, and they made money off these atrocious crimes. And journalists like Peter Gould, he or Gould, however you pronounce it, for 30 years he was writing to Brady after initially doing an article about him. So, no one kind of slates these people because they're coming at it from a journalistic point of view. Well, I was coming at it from a point of view of, I was researching a role.
Research,
And that's what you do. Now, it doesn't matter if I'm an actress that's earning millions of dollars wherever, or I'm at drama school. If I'm going to do something, I want to do it. And I thought, do you know what, I asked the advice of my tutors, and they said, well, you can do. Wrote a few letters. It was I thought at the time, is there a possibility that he might give something away about where little Keith was buried? Because, Saddleworth wasn't far. I could easily jump in the car. I was 22, 23. I'm 36, almost 37 now. So it's a long time ago. And, it was very apparent very quickly that this man is a man who likes to play cat and mouse with you, an absolute psychopath in every respect of the word. Not that I really expected anything different, but then what did anybody else expect? I was researching an area, and he knew that, and my tutors knew that, and my close friends knew that, and I'm not, he's dead. Thank God he's gone.
Yeah, exactly. So,
At last.
to be honest with you, I think that's about enough airtime as he fucking deserves.
I'd probably give him more, but, it's
But I
that's
will
the way
ask
it
you
is.
one other little thing. Charlie's obviously asked you about that, and what sort of conversation did you have?
Oh, God, yeah. Charlie's got a history with him as well. It's all a bit odd, really, because he knew ages ago, just us chatting, really.
Yeah.
And straight away, Charlie got it. I mean, he abhors the man, he's got a bit of history with him in Parkhurst.
Yes.
They were both at Ashworth. I think it was the same time they were there. I'm not quite sure, though.
Right.
But they were definitely in Parkhurst together.
Yes.
And I can't remember the exact year. I think it was 76.
Right.
And he finds him abhorrent.
Of course.
I find him abhorrent. He's gone. There you go. Chapter's closed. But I mean, the only tragedy that it is that we don't know where Keith is buried, and I wish I could have helped. And
yes, and do you know what? I would have been behind you all the way with that. And do you know what I said, Paula? And I have to sort of finish this on this because I sort of made a statement online. I said that I wished to God that they'd have said to Winnie, while Winnie was alive, to Brady, oh, don't worry about it, sunshine. We know where the body is. Winnie's, we've dug it up. Winnie's had the burial of and everything's fine. Don't you know what I mean? Just to put that last little thing in for him so he didn't fucking win.
And didn't win, exactly.
But unfortunately, he sort of did.
Well, do you know what? My theory. I'll close that. My theory is that he never had a clue. Because
I believe you.
Because in the 80s when they went back up to Saddleworth, they were at war with each other. The two of them were, and they both wanted to outdo the other one. Now, whoever found that body would have one up on the other one.
Yes.
So I genuinely believe that neither of them knew, and I think that he was playing it, that he did know, because he's a psychopath, and that's what they do. They play games.
It was his last bit of control, like you said.
His last bit of control, but he didn't have it in the first place. That's what I believe from my small, and it is small amount of contact with this person, via a few letters, and that's literally all it is. And Charlie knows about it, and Charlie he's going, do you know, I know exactly what you've. I don't know if I can swear or not, but
swear.
Of course I fucking know why you fucking done it. Of course I fucking know. Are they fucking idiots or what? And he's really it's upset him a little bit that people are having a pop at me. It doesn't bloody upset me because I haven't got a fucking clue what you're talking about. So crack on. A few little social media digs doesn't bother me much, to be quite honest. But but Charlie didn't like it because he said if they're having a pop at you, they're having a pop at him, and that's the way he sees it, and that's the way I see it. Sometimes when I get a little bit, I let most things go over my head when people are saying stupid, ignorant comments about Charlie. But now and again, one will just get under my skin a little bit, and I'll have to because what people forget is that this is actually real. You know, this is my fiance. Exactly. That people are having a pop at, and even if they don't know him, and the comments are completely ignorant and based upon nothing but just tabloid gutter press, it still pisses me off a bit when I
People will always want to do that. If Charlie was on the out now on Civvy Street, as we say, and he was walking down the road with you, I'm sure they'd be coming out with a whole new load of other bullshit to throw.
Oh, they would. Do you know what? What we say is, say it to his face when he gets out. And that doesn't mean he's going to do anything. It just means I'd love to see all these little keyboard warriors
be a man.
when we're enjoying life, when he's on the out, because he will be.
Yes.
Come and say it to us then.
Yeah.
Well, you probably won't because you won't get bloody near us. But, you know, if you want to have a go then.
Yeah.
Step up
to the plate and be a man.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
So I'm going on to something now. I'm going on to you. You touched upon you as the thespian. So I'm going to say I spotted you in. Hey, it's ever so funny as well. I have to say this while the amount of chats that you and I have had. I will say to the people listening that the other morning she does do through this chat. She'll probably do it a bit more. A little impression of Charlie, and she'd done it to me one time and put like a deep voice on. I thought, fucking hell, is that fucking Charlie? Putting that deep voice on you do. Well, that's obviously your acting. So I was watching a little bit, and I saw you coming in, and you was in Corrie or something. So I was in
Corrie, I think 4 times. They kept bringing back as a nurse role.
And I remembered you in it.
Did you?
I did.
Well, you got BDI. I remember you.
I remember. I said to my missus, Do you remember? And she remembered you too. Yeah. And you was in Emmerdale, Hollyoaks as well.
I've been Emmerdale. Most of my things have been medical because I've done a lot of medical role play as well. And some tutoring bits and bobs that I've done over the years. And I can hear a bloody cat meowing. It's insanity of being I guess.
Paula Doolittle.
I am, yeah, Paula Doolittle. And also, me and Charlie are going to have 3 llamas.
Yeah, well, apparently I'm racing him on my ostrich.
Oh, yeah, you're on the ostrich, he's on a llama, Ant's on a tortoise, wasn't it? And I think I'm on a pygmy goat. I don't know which I feel sorry for the most out of that setup.
That is one acid trip.
That will happen. Listen, if you're challenging him to a race up between you and your emu and him and the llama, it's gonna happen. I'm telling you now. We're having 3 llamas, a black one, a brown one, and a white one, named Ronnie, Reg, and Charlie.
And that'll sell a few books, that story.
I reckon so, yeah. The life of, the 3 llamas.
So as we move off the llama bit, and I pictured Charlie going
and
around his cell on the back of a llama.
So, come on, you bastard, go faster, you cunt. There's me going, no, you've got to be nice to the llamas, Charlie. The fucking thing won't fucking move, Paula. And I'll be chasing up behind on Reggie. When you can get on Charlie, if your emu packs up, you can jump on Charlie. All 3 of us will be off in the sunset. Those are the kind of realistic ideas that I think of, being that I'm completely potty, obviously.
Yeah. Man, I think we've had a bit of a brain LCD trip. LCD? I mean LSD trip.
LCD? What's that? Is that some sort of...
I was big on LCD when I was young.
Love a bit of LSD.
So we're mentioning Charlie now. I'm gonna say to you, I'd like everyone out there to hear how the proper way, not for telly viewers, how you sort of got involved with Charlie and how it all came about and how you started corresponding. Was it from yourself or through someone else, or do you want to...
How I started corresponding? Right. So what happened was I just finished work in Manchester for the day. Went to the Arndale, do a bit of shopping. Yeah. Now, I'm not a big fan of clothes shopping. It's tiring, your feet are knackered, I'd had enough. Yeah. But I am an avid reader, and I saw Waterstones was there near Topshop, so I thought, right, look at this, I'm going in here for a bit. Yeah. All my bags. So I automatically go straight to the true crime section, as I've said, being a true crime buff, and looked over the shelves, and there was either I'd got everything or I knew a lot about the cases. There was nothing new that really grabbed me. No. And on the bottom shelf, I saw this picture of him on the spine of the book, and it said Broadmoor. Right. And my initial reaction was, oh God, not that prat. He's that, murdering, vicious, violent thug that's a bit... I'm just not interested in him at all. He's got no psychological value, so I just kind of went past that one. Looked over the shelves, blah, 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 different things. Nothing really grabbed me, but I was a bit knackered, so I thought, no, well, it's Broadmoor, and obviously that's interesting, so maybe it's got a bit of something. I don't know who he is, whatever this murderer is, but he doesn't interest me. Yeah. So I thought, I'll pick it up. So I picked it up, sat down, read the foreword, which was by Lorraine, his then fiance. Yeah. Read the back of it, and I thought, oh, I'm now non-violent, I'm this and that, and I thought, oh, that's nice. It looks different than I thought he was going to be. On the back cover, you've got the picture of him and Lorraine, and I assumed that he'd got out because it's written on the back like he's already out and living life, and I thought, oh, that's nice, and read the first couple of pages that he'd written. And I bought it, I was home, I was reading it, then 2 days I'd read the entire thing. I was laughing out loud. I strangely related to various parts of it. Not that I've been in Broadmoor, not that I've been in a straitjacket, not that I've been forcibly injected with liquid cosh, because I haven't. No. However, I have had something I've described as sort of dark times of my past. Yeah. I've suffered a little bit with mental health in my past, and I've had a few struggles. And the spirit of this man, it just kind of jumped out from the page, and he got the same sense of humour as me. I was laughing out loud, and that's my coping mechanism. When I deal with shit going on in life, it's humour that I turn to every time, because
me too,
we can find the silliness in. If you can find the silliness in anything, you can have a laugh. Even if you're just on your own, you can laugh out loud. I do it every day. Yeah, I always laugh at myself. I'm an absolute Burke. So I was laughing out loud at this, and I was near crying at parts, but also laughing, but also thinking, bloody hell, this man's spirit is immense.
Yeah.
I was inspired by him. I identified with parts of his character.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing that jump out for anyone, is spirit, yeah? Yeah,
his spirit, and I didn't know a lot, even at that point, obviously reading it, I didn't know about his background. He still could have done, or I didn't really know. I was just reading what I was reading about his years in Broadmoor. And so when I'd finished it, I thought, bloody, I've got to find out about this chap, because he's really, I'm really glad that he's on the out now. I'm really glad this and all that. And then when I Googled him, I'm pretty sure this is the case from recollection, I started Googling him and realised that he's actually still inside. Yeah. And that was quite a shock to me. And I started reading up about it. I thought, oh God, he's done this and he's done that, and oh my God, I found it even more then. So within a day of finishing it and researching, I'd thought, well, I'm going to have to thank him for writing this, because it's really, really helped me. Yeah, so before I knew it, I'd written to him, just nothing too huge, nothing too revealing, because again, I didn't know him. I just read something that he'd written, so I didn't want to give much away.
Just pen to paper, Paula, no photos, no nothing, just...
I don't think I sent a photo initially. I did, I think, a couple of letters in, because I said, look, but initially I didn't think that he would write back. That wasn't my intention at all when I wrote to him.
No, just to say thank you.
Just say cheers, you've really helped me there. Yeah. Good luck with everything. Really glad that you've got a fiance, and that hope that you get out, and, best of luck. Yeah. And that's kind of all it was. Yeah. And then I think about a week later, I got this letter in my little postbox outside, and it's got my name on, a little spider hanging off the name. And I thought, well, that's odd. Who's this off? Have I got some sort of, odd stalker or something? And because I'd forgotten, honestly. Because the thing is with my mentality, because I'm an actress, and with actors, I can speak a bit more about that. We'll probably touch on that. But I get, or did at that point, have a lot of commercial castings. Now, these are castings where they see sort of so many. I want a 30-something-year-old, this size, dark hair, whatever, and the room's full of them. Yes. So you go into these things, you think, and back in the day when I finished drama school, it was like, oh God, will they ring? And of course now, you bloody forget about it, and you come out, you think, well, you just crack on with things. Course, and that's my mentality with things, just crack on. And so I didn't really think much about it, and that's the God's honest truth, until I got this letter back through. Saying, thanks very much. I'm really glad it helped you. He'd responded to a few things that I'd put. So I thought, well, I'll thank him for writing, because that was nice of him. So again, I thanked him. Put in a few little bits, a few more little quips about my life that just like whatever had gone on. Yeah, and he found it amusing. Yeah. Wrote back after about another week. So it wasn't like an instant, rapid, quick. No. It was sort of about every week or 2 weeks. It would all depend on what I'd got on. He's got a lot of people that he writes to.
Yes.
And slowly but surely, it built up into a bit of it was like a friendship, a definite friendship was blossoming. And it was almost like a sort of, like I could write to him things that I perhaps wouldn't tell everybody else, because writing something down to someone who've never met is a lot easier sometimes than saying, do you know what, I'm really struggling today. I feel like absolute shit, because the people around you just go, yeah, I'm fine. So I could confide in him. It was almost like I was writing a diary, but this diary wrote back to me, and it was coming from him.
I see.
And as I say that, I've got a bloody thing across the room saying diaries from hell with his face. Brilliant, thanks, Charlie. Everything, it's really ridiculous. But to cut long story short, the letters became, we're going back now to 2013. Yeah. And I met him in 2016. Yeah. So people of this, they've only met so many times. Isn't it naughty? I say, actually no, this is a relationship, and a relationship can be whatever want to class it as friendship, whatever. It had been developing, and I was very aware that he had a fiance. And also, I didn't fancy him. That wasn't the bloke's 60 odd, and I had, you know, off and on couple of boyfriends. I think I had a woman as well at one point, you know. No one's bloody safe with me on the prowl. So lock up your wives, lock up your... That's it. She's out. So it wasn't in my mind...
in any intention at all?
No, not at all. It was like a confidant, really, and one who made me bloody laugh, and one who always lifted me up, and he was encouraging me to do healthy. Like, I've struggled with bits and bobs in my past of stuff that isn't that brilliant for me. And he was saying, you know, you don't need that, or drink more water, or go out for a nice walk, or go out for a nice walk, or whatever it is, you know, get among the tree, you know, take your fucking dog out, you know, and all these different things. So,
well, I think you saying a diary that wrote back to you is pretty poignant.
Yeah, I just thought of that today, and I thought that's sort of what it was, really. It was just like someone that got me, seemed to get where I was coming from. And I could talk about experiences of my past that I hadn't shared with other people, but I shared it quite openly with him. However, I was very aware throughout all of this. I'd never met the man, never spoke to him. It was only letters, and I was quite happy with that.
Yes.
And as the years rolled by, I became more and more involved in his case, in what was going on, in the injustice that was happening around him, that he was so many years over his tariff. I mean, at the moment now he's 14 years over his tariff, so he shouldn't be there. I mean, he should be progressing to the system now, and there's a big question mark as to why that is. And obviously I'm understanding that a lot more now that I'm with him, but then I was I didn't know how much to ask. Like, I never really asked about his private, like his fiance. I never really asked about that. I knew that she was the secretary of the Art Foundation, and I thought she did a hell of a lot of good for him. And I only ever had praise. That I said, I just said, I'm on the Art Foundation site on Facebook, and I'm on Charlie's Corner on Facebook, and eventually a few of us all met up for his birthday party, which obviously he wasn't at, but it was round the corner from the prison, and met lots of other people. And throughout this time, I've started attending like Cray party get-togethers, and mixed in with lots of people that he knew or knew of, or that were connected in some way. So as time rolled on, we had more and more in common, and it was like, oh, I've spoken to this person. Oh, what have you? I was locked up with him. Oh, how is he? And all this. And, I was sat with Freddie Foreman for his birthday, and he sent some canteen up for him. I said, oh, yeah, I'll send that on for you. And just bits and bobs, and it was planning out that not only have we got a lot in common, but we had the same values. That was a huge thing, because I've been brought up proper old school. It's old-fashioned values, and he's exactly the same as me on that score. And the people that I choose to be around and respect in life abide by those kind of old school morals and values. Which I think is part of this kind of old school gangland culture that we're all involved in. Is that, I can feel safe and I'm respected, and it's just feel at home with
But a lot of people would look at that and they'd probably try and take the piss out of that. But it's a reality. It's a real thing. It happens. I speak to, like I speak to so many from that sort of way nowadays, with the books coming out and everything, and it's a reality. And for anyone, for me, listening, who says that you can't form a bond over phone calls over a period of time, it's utter rubbish, because I've done it many times. And
thank you.
And on meeting said person, whoever that is, that don't matter, I felt no different afterwards.
Well, look at me and you. I mean, we've been corresponding now for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Off and on, some voice messages, some phone calls. We've not met. I feel like I'm forming a friendship with you. Yeah. And you absolutely can. And what about all these people out there that, I meet people off Facebook, or they meet people off bloody Grindr or Tinder or whatever it bloody is.
Yeah, but people
Plenty of
want to,
fish.
Paula, don't they? People want to diss it. People
Of
want
course
to do
they
it
do.
down.
They love a bit of, oh, but she's this, oh, but she's that, oh,
Of
but
course they
this,
do.
oh, but that, oh, she's a bit fat, or oh, she's a bit this, or oh, she's a bit that. Do you know what? Get a bloody life,
Yeah,
Christ alive,
yeah,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
get a
I mean,
grip.
it's get a grip. And if, do you know what? If that floats your boat, sitting there of a Friday night on your phone or on your laptop, going who can I bitch about now? Ooh, who can I think. Good luck to you.
Yeah.
If you enjoy your life, because I'll tell you what, when you're 6 foot under, no one will remember you.
Exactly.
You're living an empty existence. Get out there. Go out. Go and have a shag. Go do whatever you want to do to make yourself happy.
yourself
But
happy.
get off bloody Facebook all the time, for God's sake. Go out and enjoy, or play a game with your kids, or whatever it may be. But get off your arse, you lazy bastard.
Can you imagine you saying 50 years ago, when women were supposed to be tight-lipped and quiet and do as you're told and get in the
Jesus
kitchen,
Christ.
saying that they enjoy things like that? You know what I mean? It's like go out and, well, like you just said there, and so rightly so, if I'm honest. But people just like to do everything down, and as soon as you start doing well, and as soon as you and Charlie.
Our rectums will be licked within an inch of our lives. I'm quite aware of that. The same people that will be slagging us off will soon about turn, or some of them will, and some of them will carry on. And the people that carry on, I just think your life must be that bloody empty. I hope that you find something decent in your life. I really do, because to slag someone off who you don't know, who's done no wrong, I've not gone out and mass killed people.
No.
I've fallen in love with a bloke. That's my lot, you know.
And Nora's Charlie.
Get me burnt at the stake,
Paula.
for falling in love. Christ.
Hey, Paula.
Wait.
I say, and Nora's Charlie.
Exactly. He's not murdered anybody, and that's a huge misconception, and one that I also, like I said, had.
Massive misconception from many people who I know, and I hope they're all listening now, because I'll be honest with you, even one of my brothers, who's like a businessman, and that, I'm not doing my brother down, even he said to me, "Oh, you talking to people like that, Lee?" I went, "Yeah, well, he knows what I do."
Yeah.
But he a murderer or not? I went, No. I said, do some homework, no. And then obviously had a quick turnaround and realised that was the media perception that has been sort of built over years. And again,
exactly.
It's disgusting.
And, we're talking about, Ron and Reg. Both of them are murderers, and obviously, and I think pretty much everyone who listens to this will have some interest in the craze, because they are the, you're talking about this gangland culture.
Yeah,
you think of the craze, and I've got a great interest in them as well, and a lot of respect, if I'm honest, and don't reckon much to the two they bumped off. So that's my not that I knew them. I'm making assumptions myself, but I've done a bit of research, spoke to a few people, and let's not forget that they were actually murderers. So the same people, the same people that are judging and slagging off me are the same people that will idolise murderers. So
to talk about can we swear on this show, I'll just say to those out there who do it down and do be negative, fuck them.
Yeah, that's what I say, fuck them.
Right.
Let them fucking say it to my fucking face when I'm out.
Yeah, exactly. So when did you first get a sort of meeting then with Charlie, like a VO or...
What happened, it's not that simple, if only it was. At the start of last year, roughly, so we've been corresponding now for about 3 years, and I got this letter that said, "Do you think it's about time we met each other?" Yeah. And I knew by this point that him and Lorraine had finished. That wasn't, I'm just letting that be known, because I want to dispel any myths or anything else that may come up. Yeah. We didn't speak about the fact that he was with somebody. It was none of my bloody business. I'm the kind of person, if you want to tell me something, you're telling me. Yeah. And if you don't say anything, it goes with me to my grave. And I've got a lot of secrets that go to my grave, because my word is my bond, and that's that. Again, it's old school, isn't it? That's exactly. It's the way I've been brought up and the way I am. Yeah. And if I don't pry, so if it's someone's personal life is their personal life, I don't pry. So I never really asked him about that, because it's none of my bloody business. No. I was a friend of his. I happened to be female, but I was a friend of his. He's got loads of bloody female friends. Still has. Good. I've got lots of male friends. So, yeah, he contacted me and said, how about meeting me? And I thought, well, go on then, about bloody time. You know, I want to see you. I've been writing to you for long enough. You know, we're mates. Let's meet up.
Yeah, yeah.
So meet up in prison. So let's go for a pint.
Please tell me you didn't do the old. Charlie, what are you doing Friday then?
Yeah, what are you doing here? That's seeing you here. Yeah. And he said, let's meet up, and it was not. He said, what he said was, do you want to come with my friend Sean Baskerville, who, it's strange because I went to Greece the year before and I took this banner, there's a banner going round, Free Charlie Salvador Bronson, and all of us, we kind of, it's Sean Baskerville's banner, but we kind of borrow it and take it when we go on holiday. So it's been to the Great Wall of China, I took it to Greece, it's been to Mexico, Machu Picchu, whatever it's called. It's been all sorts of places. I thought that's brilliant. And I thought this banner would be, I don't know, Inverness or somewhere, you know, far, far away. Yeah. And I managed to track it down. It was down the road from where my mum lived, because that's where I was brought up, where Basky lives. And it was just bizarre how it's all ended up. But he said, he goes, why don't you and Basky come up visit me? He ain't visit me yet. Come on, you and Basky come up. Yeah. And so me and Basky had met before that anyway. Yeah. And we said, yeah, let's go together. So we had to...
very stringent though, wasn't it?
Oh my Lord, it's so... You think that you send the VO, yeah, there you go, no criminal record, brilliant. Yeah. No, it's about 9 or 10 months of chasing things up. Eventually you get visited by CID. They sit in your house, you've got to be, not interrogated, but it's not like a normal chat. There's some odd things that go on. No. They ask you a few odd questions because they're trying to ascertain that you are who you are, that you know, you're not involved with some sort of gang, you're going to break them out of prison or whatever it may be, whatever they think. They've got things to follow, rules to follow. So I sat here with this copper and went through all the stuff, and then he said, right, it's got to be sent off to see if you get passed and you get clearance. And it was ringing and ringing, having to chase it up. Eventually I was told that, I'd got clearance. Basky was told that he'd got clearance, and we organised a date that we were going to go and meet him. Yeah. And it was the day before Remembrance Sunday, because I come from a bit of a military background family, and Remembrance Sunday, we always make a big thing of it. So we went out on the Sunday, that's why I remember, because I'd seen him the previous day. And we... Just trying to think back now. Basky picked me up in his car. We travelled there, and all the way there. And Basky, you're probably listening to this. You were shitting it, mate. You were shitting it a bit. Cause I wasn't. Listen, I wasn't. But he was going, God, what? You know, what if? I know we've been writing to him all this time, but what if we sit there and we just don't know what to say? Yeah. And all the way there, I said, oh, it'd be fine. Don't worry about it. I said, it's Charlie, we're mates with him, and I was there trying to do my nails in the car, but I'm not a nail kind of person, and I just messed it all up completely. It was just like clumps of nail varnish. It just looked like I had some sort of disease on my hands. And so we got there, and I was still, you know, quite excited that I was going to meet him. And I'm not au fait with Category A prisons at all. Never been in one. No. I've been in a Category B prison because I did a workshop that I delivered. I wrote a drama therapy LGBT workshop, and I did that with some Cat B prisoners once, and that's my only experience of prison ever. Even though my brother's been inside, I never visited him because I was quite young. And so we got there, and they'd messed something up, so it was a bit of a delay before we could see him, and then you could see that you know, a few screws there, a bit, oh God, we're waiting, you know, we'll try to hurry up. And then the Guvnor came across. I think it was number 1 Guvnor as well. He came across, and I thought, God, they make a big fuss of us. They obviously knew that his visitors are quite important. And so you go through, it's like a prison within a prison to some degree, because it's in the SAG unit. So you go through you go in the visitor centre first, and then you go through all your like really, really heavy security checks. You know, nothing's left to imagination. That sounds wrong, but you know, it's a lot. It was interesting to go through.
Not rubber gloves and all that caper, no.
If only, you know. Bastards. I put a skirt on as well, but nothing. I didn't even get as much as a grope. In fact, yeah, I did think, I thought, I wonder if I get a fit one that's going to have a bit of a feel. Oh, well, I'm here, but it was a little old lady, and it's not really my thing, so... I mean, an old age pensioner, clearly, because Charlie's almost an old age pensioner. Obviously, can't get enough of them.
You said that, not me.
Yeah, it was all me, that, Charlie. Don't worry, because eventually he'll listen to this. He will listen to it. I'll play it to him on the phone. So, went through all these different checks. Eventually, we're starting to walk down to where he is. Mm-hmm. Now, at this point, it suddenly hit me, because we've gone through all these security checks. You think, oh yeah, I'll visit him, that'll be lovely, but it'll be fine. But when you're actually there, and they're saying, they're looking in your mouth and behind this ear and this, and other prison visitors seem to know what they're doing, and I haven't got a clue. Lift that foot up, lift this foot. I just haven't got a clue. Yeah. And so when we're starting to walk, you go through this sort of, it's horrible. It's grey concrete, loads of barbed wire, loads of cameras. When you visit there, because prior to this he'd started sending me a lot of his artwork, which really shows, I mean, we'll talk about his artwork, but that shows his mind and where he is, and a product of where he is and what he's been through. Yeah. And when I was there, I thought, oh my God, I recognise that from his art, or I recognise this. And he's literally creating his domain and what's in his brain. And it was very bleak, and it's cold, and it was windy, and it was rainy, and it was,
It had to be, didn't it, on your face, mate?
It had to be. And obviously, I'd done myself up as nice as I could. When you meet anyone, you don't want to look like an absolute, beast, do you? I don't want to look half decent. I'll do anyone if I meet, ever. So, walked down to meet him. Oh God! And then I heard.
Please don't tell me. Let me butt in there. Please don't tell me. And knowing what after the chats I've had with you, please don't tell me you didn't say to him, your first words to him weren't not mad on your gaff, Charlie, mate.
What? What did I say? No, I didn't. I didn't dare say anything. I just walked through and I turned to Basky and I said, I went, do you know what? I am actually shitting it now. And he said, and me. And I went, well, this is it now. I said, we can't turn back now, can we?
No,
and he went, no. And then the next thing we heard was, Paula, are you fucking here? And I thought, oh, God. And then he went, Basky, how long you fucking take? Come on, you fucking cunt, let him fucking through. And I thought,
that's
brilliant. Before I'd even seen him, I just heard this bellowing voice, fucking hell, come on, hurry up, I ain't got all fucking day. Paula, here you go, Paula.
That reminds me of Dave Courtney, when he said, sorry to butt in.
When he first met Courtney, you flash bastard.
Courtney said all he heard was this voice go behind.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Something like that.
Courtney,
said,
is that you, Courtney, you fucking flash prick? Something like that.
I bet
even
Dave
Courtney shit himself.
Dave thought, fucking hell, I am flash, you know.
Yeah, I remember what Dave said on that. He said, he goes, all I'm thinking is I hope someone else in here is named Courtney and all.
That was it.
Something like that, yeah. My one hope is that someone in this fucking place has got the name Courtney, otherwise I'm fucked.
Yeah, that was right.
So obviously they became good friends, and
brilliant that.
Yeah, and Dave's a good egg. He's a good he's a good supporter and good little friend of Charlie's.
You've got me down this bit now, and I'm.
Yeah, so I'm there, and I heard this bellowing voice, and I turned to Basky. Oh shit! I went fuck, and the look on our faces said it all. Because as we walked through, Basky's holding this tray of food that's sort of shaking in the wind as it is, and everything's just started to go a bit weird. And then we walked through this one room, and then they open this door, and I see him, and he's in the room, prancing about as if he's like doing his boxing. When a boxer's just in the ring, like foot to foot and all this, sparring a bit. And I see him, I'm thinking, oh my God, it's Charlie Bronson. Because when us, obviously it was Charlie Bronson, but do you know what I mean? When you get the realisation, the fact that you stood in front of them. Yeah. To this point, it just was Charlie, my friend that I wrote to, and he was nice, and he made me feel better, and he was, you know, kind and considerate and all of this. But when he's in front of you and you've gone through all this
now he's in the flesh,
He's in the flesh, he was wearing like his tracksuit bottoms, and this sort of vest kind of top.
Was he bigger than you thought?
He was shorter than I thought.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. I imagine him like Tom Hardy's height. Right. But he's, from what I think, I don't know Tom Hardy, but he was short. He's about 5'10.5".
I thought Tom Hardy was short.
I don't know, maybe he is. He seemed tall in the film, but he was...
Honestly, I thought Charlie was more Lenny. I thought he was 6'1", 6'2".
No, he's smaller than that, but he is built like a brick shit house.
Yeah, he's solid, isn't he? He's like a proper unit, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's a unit. Yeah. You know, he's not your IKEA bollocks. He's like a solid wooden unit. Yeah. He is. That's a very good description. So he was there, and then he came sort of prancing forward. He was like, all right. And he's like just energy, just a ball of absolute effervescent energy. Yeah. And he comes, you all right? Yeah, how are you? You all right? And he goes, hey, you all right? And I could see that he was, I don't know, I thought, are you a bit nervous at that point? I don't know, I just got the impression that all three of us were slightly nervous. And he'd probably hate the fact that I've said that, but it may be utter crap, it might not be nervous, but I don't know, I just got this sense. And
it amazes me that a man that's been, that's 64... well, what age was he then? 63.
63.
And he's been sort of behind bars 41 years, 37 in solitary.
Yeah.
And he comes out with that sort of, like you say, effervescent energy. And
well, that's what bowled me over. I couldn't believe, because you would... in your mind's eye, you create somebody before you meet them. Before you go into someone's house, you imagine what it's like. You've always got this imagination thing going on. Yeah. As though we're human, and that's what we do. Yeah. And he just surpassed any expectation that I had of him. Yeah. Because I just thought, he's getting on a bit now. You know, he'll be sat there with a cup of tea and, come in, have a sit down. Right, how are you? You know, something a bit like that. But no, it was like a 19-year-old just bouncing around. Yeah. And he come up to me, because Basky was in the corner of the room. By the way, this is an open visit, so the officer had gone out the room, and Charlie's there with a flask of boiling hot water, because we took the bits and bobs in, but he makes the tea. Yeah. So I'm thinking, oh, cheers for that. So I'm now locked in a room with Britain's most notorious prisoner, and our mate, who's also built like a brick shit house, and then just me in the middle. Brilliant. Yeah. So
it's bizarre, that, isn't it?
It's bizarre, yeah, but it's my life. It's always been odd. It always will be. And so he came up, and he was bouncing about, and I just went. My first words were, sorry, I've got a frog in my throat now doing his voice. I said, Charlie. I said, it's me. I said, come here, and just gave him a hug. Right. And I felt a bit of tension go from his body. And then he ran across to Basky and was going, all right, you, come on in, come on. And he started sparring with him. And Basky went, what do I do? I said, spar back. Yeah. And he went, what do I hit him? And I'm thinking, shit, do you? Because what do you do? It's not every that Charlie Bronson runs up to you and starts like play punching, and he's ducking and diving in front of your face, and then your mate's there, and he's holding this tray of food. He had to put the food down and then like sort of part spar with him. And I went, oh, sit down. I said, for God's sake. And I started speaking to him. Just like, well, I had known him for ages, but it's different a little bit when you first meet someone. Yeah, of course. The first couple of minutes I was all nervous. My heart was sort of going, and I know that Basky's was, I could tell, and Charlie seemed to be quite, you know, but after a couple of minutes, we started to die down a bit, and it started to get a little bit more normal, and he was going, how did you get here, and what was the journey like, and what have you had for your breakfast this morning, and he's like a sponge of the outside world. He wants to know everything that's going on, down to the tiniest little detail. What colours, what's the interior of the car, what engine, what this, what that, what this. Well, I don't know about cars. I just had the colour. But
does he smoke, Charlie?
No, God, no. No, he's against, and he's health fanatic, isn't he? So there's no smoking.
It just seems amazing that, you know, to spend all that time, you would think that the only thing that he would probably have, I mean, apart from his, you know, his brain and his head to think.
I was going to say violence, apart from his violence.
Yeah. But, you know, you think, you know, a lot of people go inside and start smoking when they didn't even
Yeah,
smoke
they
before.
do. Lots of people do.
Yeah.
But no, he's because his resolve is so bloody strong.
Yeah.
And the first thing that I noticed when he sat down, well, when he stood up, I noticed it. When he sat down, even more so, were his eyes. They are, I can't describe what they're like in reality in front of you. They're like a kind of green with an orange. They're like fire. He's got these really passionate, fiery, alive eyes. And I like eyes. I read people's eyes. You can never lie to me. I know when someone's lying to me.
What do you mean, passionate to a woman, frightening to a man sort of eyes?
I don't know about frightening. They were just alive with, this is not someone you mess about with in any way, shape or form.
Well, you only have to see the first picture you ever see of Charlie. You know, the first one I ever saw of him, and I thought, I don't want to mess about with him.
But you don't always, because of those glasses that he normally wears, you don't always see his eyes.
You know,
so
they make him look more sort of
it's just iconic. I mean, those glasses, he doesn't wear them for the effect. He actually needs them, to be honest, because of I mean, he can see, but I've put them on. They're like, I couldn't see. I mean, the prescription, because he spent so much long with artificial light, his eyes are very sensitive to too much light. And as it happens, mine are as well. I don't know why. I'm a bit photophobic. So I have to be a bit careful. But his eyes, they just, I felt something when I saw his eyes. I mean, you're a bloke, but let's we all think back when you met your lady, you know, and you get that sting, and I thought, bloody hell, I like his eyes.
Oh, it's
and
pretty immediate, isn't it? It's pretty immediate.
It is immediate. You either know or you don't know. And I did not go there with that intention, but I'll tell you now, when I saw his eyes, I thought, oh God, I wasn't just nervous, I felt something else. Something was stirring.
As if it was
and then I saw his hands, and I picked up his hands. We were just sat there talking, and I just grabbed his hands. He went, what are you doing? I said, I'm looking at your hands, if you don't mind. And I thought, God, I've got some cheek. And I kept thinking, Paula, what the hell are you doing?
You felt like you'd obviously built up this rapport, and for that long that you know. It was
I was just taken aback in that first instant. But then once we calmed down, and I said,
"You've
got really nice hands."
You, Paula. Sorry to butt in, didn't he?
I think he did, because so many people. He is a very, when you meet him at that point. I mean, to me now it's completely different, but at that point, because you see him so much in the media, you've read all these things, everything else. You are meeting someone that's very infamous.
Of course,
you know, you're meeting somebody that within the realm that we're all interested in is extremely well known and very well respected by a lot of people.
Let's be honest, one of the biggest.
Yeah, that's absolutely one of the biggest, and you know, and because at that point of time I'd got interested in other people and everything else, and I'm thinking, God, this is a bloke that was locked up with Ron and Reg, and that spent a lot of time with Ron in Broadmoor, and all these things, and they were all flashing through my mind. And but I picked up his hands, and I what are you doing? I said, I've seen your hands, if you don't mind. I said, you have got artist hands. I said, I know you're an artist, but I expected your hands to be a right mess, because he's got nicer nails than me. You do notice these little things on people. If you're an observant person, and I do observe everything, because partly that's how I am anyway.
And you're an actress.
And I'm an actress, so I naturally, habitually observe everything. Not much goes past that I don't notice.
No.
And his hands, and that kind of broke the ice a little bit. And then before too long, he said, he went, Paula. I said, yes, Charlie. He said, would you like to dance?
Did he?
And I said, yeah. I said, to what? Because he's got this DAB radio in the next sort of room, but there's the bars between the room.
Yeah.
And he went, the radio's on. And I said, Charlie, the fucking football results are on. I said, I'm not done. You want me to dance to football? I've danced to better in my time, I must say. I mean, I'm a bloody ex-lap dancer, for God's sake. You know, and here I am, being asked by Charlie bloody Salvador, but yes, better known as Bronson,
What's he say?
to waltz.
What's he say? Listen, you're an actress. Dance to the football balls.
Well, yeah, that's right, you know. Tottenham 2-1. I mean, you think... It's not bloody, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Burnley, hey, 0-0. It's a farce. But we got up and he went, he held me on the waist. He goes, oh, I like your waist. You've got a nice waist, haven't you? I went, thank you. So you've got nice eyes. He goes, have I? I said, yes, you have. He goes, do you mind if I pull you in a bit closer? And I went,
nice one,
you're
Charlie.
fucking better, Charlie. I said, come on, we're going to dance, we're going to do it right. So we're there, waltzing around the room. He's saying to the bloody officer in the next bit, he's going, hey, Gav, if we was on that Strictly dancing bollocks, no, he didn't bollocks because he loves that. But if we was on that, what would you give us out of 10? He goes, got to be a 10, Charlie. It's got to be a 10 with you two. And he goes, what would you give Paula? Look at her moves. Here, move your hips. And I started moving my hips. And I looked over at Basky and he just shook his head. You know when you're a teenager and one of your mates like cops off with someone a bit and you're just there, because I've often been the odd one and I'm just sort of there thinking, oh, brilliant. Yeah, I can't look over at them because it's just a bit awkward, so I'm just looking at nothing here. And that's what he was like, bless him. And I thought, bloody hell, he's driven us up here and here's me. I felt like I was totally monopolising the situation, but it was what it was. And we were both in this room having a laugh and then he went, here, give us a kiss. And I went, what? Oh, Lord, I haven't thought of this for ages. And it wasn't like a kiss, it was just a little peck. But I thought, and I went, oh. And he went, you've got nice lips. I like your waist, got very nice. Here, can I smell your hair? And I thought, go on then. You're doing the rest of it. You may as well smell my hair as well. Is there anything else you want? Should we take my knickers off and give you them? Not that I would have done that, of course. I'm very respectable. Poor Basky was sat there. And then I said, listen, we better sit back down. Eh?
I bet he felt like a gooseberry, didn't he?
He felt like an utter gooseberry, bless him. And we sat back down and we carried on chatting. I was very aware then that it's the three people in the room, but there was a real undeniable chemistry between the two of us.
It sounds it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the room was on fire with the heat of our loins. And so we just got back to chatting. But me, I'm a natural flirt. I flirt all the time. He's a flirt. Yeah. I do it without even noticing that I'm doing it. So to me, although it was bizarre because of the person it wasn't that bizarre because I'll get up and have a dance around to the football results with next door neighbour, whatever. I'm not bothered. Of course I would. It's me. It's bonkers.
That struck me about you the first time I spoke to you. So
yeah, I love dancing to football results.
Well, not football results.
No.
But you were sort of a bit of a seize the day sort of a girl.
Bloody hell, yeah. Do you know what? When you've come through some of the shit that I've been through in life, and we've all been through different shits, and let's not weigh each other's shit because no one wants to do that. It's not a nice thing to do.
No.
But when you've
again. Yeah, go on.
When you've woke up and you are meant to be dead, put it that way, and you've done that 4 times, you sort of start to think, do you know what, I better start to enjoy life now because I'm here for a reason and I shouldn't really technically be here. Yeah. So I may as well bloody enjoy it. So every day now, you don't know when it's going to be your last. You don't know if you're going to see people again. You just don't know. So I kind of try and live with that ethos. It doesn't always happen. I'm not bloody
No, but it's nice to have it as a guideline.
But hell yeah, I'll bloody seize the day. I'll give it a go. If someone says jump off, well, not jump off a building. Go on then, yeah. But I'll be the one that will do something first. Yes. I've always been that way to some degree. But even now, so having come through things, and so the visit kind of came to a close.
How long after? How long, Paula?
We had 2-hour visits, 2 till 4. But we were in a bit late because we got caught up. So we were at about an hour and 40 minutes. So
do the screws leave you alone then? Or
they just sort of sit there reading the newspaper. They're there, but they're not kind of there in your face.
They're not taking no notice, really.
But this was an open visit. Every visit I've had since then has been closed because the whole unit's put on closed visits after that. So luckily I met him on an open visit and we got a chance to dance. Never had a chance to dance to the football results after that. So we'll have to see. I know. I think first dance when we get married, we know what's going on. Tottenham. Whatever. Yeah. I don't like it saying Tottenham. I don't even know anything about them. Not a clue.
Well, they've done quite well this season. Maybe they're...
subconsciously. I just know that Tottenham have done well.
Everybody's listening, right? Well, there'll be to all the tens of thousands.
I hope they're still bloody listening. If they're not, wake up and listen.
Oh, they'll be listening all right.
Talking.
Everyone's sort of... I'm like teetering on the edge of my seat. So how did you say goodbye on that first one?
Let me just bring you to the bring you to climax then. We just say goodbye.
Is that it? Yeah.
That was it.
That felt like reality.
we just got up and he goes. He's always aware of the time, Charlie, and he goes all right, Gav, 4 o'clock, right, all right, gotta go. Brilliant, mate. Thanks so much, Basky, for bringing her up. Paula, been a fucking fantastic visit. Thank you so much. And off he sort of hopped, off he went, and we were escorted off. And I felt like I was walking on air. I just felt really, one, I've just met this infamous person who I've been writing to for 3 years, so that was exciting. 2, I've visited this place that I wouldn't normally visit that was a real eye-opener. And 3, I really felt something for him immediately. Yeah. And we were walking up the little hill. You go underneath a little bridge to go back to the car park around the corner. And Basky turned to me and he went, "You two are going to get together, you are." And I said, "Oh, don't be so stupid." I said, "I'll probably never see him again." I said, it was a visit, but he's got a lot of people to visit. I said, "We'll never probably see him again." I said, "But I'll tell you what, I really enjoyed it." And I was secretly thinking, God, I hope you're all right. Because I really felt something, but like a kid. I just felt like a kid. And I was just going, "Oh, get off, don't be so stupid," walking up. Yeah, whatever. Walking up.
Well, after how you just explained it, I would have guaranteed I'd been the same as him, in my opinion. I'd have been thinking, you two's going to have a fruitful relationship there, definitely.
Whatever would happen, he just went, "You two are going to end up together," he said. And and I just felt quite like that. Anyway, we were all the way back. Well, on the way back, actually, I forgot about this, so I've just thought about it then. We were going to pull over on the way back, and I was going to punch him in the face and say that, Charlie had done it. I've got a black eye off Bronson. This is fucking brilliant, Yeah, read all about it, and it was just basically me on the side, on the side of the road, just basically twatting shit out of him. But we thought probably best not. It's not going to help Charlie's cause much, I like my knuckles the way they are, so we didn't do it. So it went on, and only a couple of days later. As soon as I got back, I wrote him a letter, sort of saying, "Fantastic, thanks so much for." Letting us come to see you, and it was brilliant, and this and that. And his letter came, our letters arrived at the same time to each other's abodes, his to his cage and me to my house. His cage, terrible, isn't it? It was bloody true. That's what it's called, the cage.
Crazy.
And the other day I was saying to you, I've got to clean this bastard out. It's all right for Charlie. He's only got one cage to clean. I've got an entire bloody 3-bedroom house. Bastard.
Yeah, and I said to you, didn't I? Well, he's probably sat there now, Charlie, going, "What do you think this is? What do you think I'm a fucking budgerigar?" Yeah.
A fucking cage. What do you think? Yeah, a fucking budgerigar. He does keep it clean, though, I have to say, but I'm sure I would.
Well, if you're in it for that length.
Just the one room. But we got this letter. I keep digressing, sorry, but this letter came through to me, and I'd sent one to him, and it was basically echoing to the point where some of the phrases were sort of the same, like it was a magic visit or it was this or that, and it felt good because I thought, well, what if he's like that with everyone that he visits? What if, which he could be, and it's just me getting all excited.
It could be, I know what you're saying.
It could be, so I thought, keep it calm, just be normal, and it'll go back to us writing to each other. And he was a brilliant visit, and he said in that letter, would you mind if I had your phone number? and started to give you a bit of a call every now and again, a bit of a tinkle.
And let me put in there, as I'm privy to this information, I'm sure from you, that he only has a certain amount of numbers that he's allowed, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He has 10. He's got 10 numbers.
So who got knocked off? Who got knocked
I
off?
don't know who got bumped off. Some bugger got bumped off. In fact, 2 people got bumped off because he said to me, because obviously I said a mobile, and I said, yeah. He goes, if you've got a landline, I can spend a lot longer on the blower to you because it don't use up all my fucking minutes, does it? So, it's units.
Yeah.
So, not minutes, it's units.
Units, yeah.
So I went out and bought myself a... He goes, and get a recording device so I can leave you a message if you're not in.
Yeah.
So I went out, got myself a phone with a recording device, and so he goes, and send me your 2 numbers, I'll get them put on straight away, I'll call you at the weekend. So, yeah, straight away, Charlie, those my numbers.
Yeah.
And he called on the following Saturday, I think it was.
Right.
In the morning, first thing. Usually it calls at 8:45. And like I said to you, sometimes I've had a night out and I'm bloody hanging. It's awful. And then he's ringing, full of the joys of spring. Not joys of spring. He's in a bloody cage, for God's sake. But he always sounds chirpy. And he's ringing out. He starts a call off always by a song. And the last one he was singing was, "Do you want to be in my gang?" And I said, "I don't think you should sing that." I said,
no.
It's Gary Glitter.
Yeah, if you listen
He's
to
going,
this,
"Oh, fuck, it is. I keep forgetting. Oh, I don't want to sing his song." Forget it. And the next thing he rings it going, "Do you want to be in my gang, my gang?" I'm thinking, he's never going to learn. He's going to keep on singing that song. But he sings lots of other ones as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what one of his other ones that he sings to me. If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me? Yeah. That's what he normally does. He makes me laugh.
Well,
so
yeah.
that was first thing the following Saturday. And we were on the phone for about an hour and a half, just chatting away. And then I think he rang on the Sunday as well, chatting away. And by this point in our relationship, the letters become quite frequent.
Yeah.
So we were writing, he was writing to me probably either every day or every other day, and I'd write to him probably a couple of times a week because I've got shit going on, and write as often as I can. And I kind of try and make it, well, I'll write quite a lot in one, so I waffle on about, as you can probably tell, waffle on. So he gets a long, novel. And I get a lovely little package of all sorts of things, artwork and perhaps some things to send to people to save on his postage a little bit, and a letter for me, and a little bit of message from perhaps my friend, or whatever's gone on. He's always sending a nice little package of things. And it sort of went from there, really. And then he said,
you're allowed to send him stuff, obviously. What?
Well, I can send him. I mean, we're all allowed to send. I'm governed by the same rules as anyone else, so we can send him. Obviously, letters. We can't send him. Like, a lot of people ask me about things like, can I send him some art materials? You can't, because you've got to think he's in a maximum security segregation unit prison. So you cannot send him a pencil because it is a weapon. You cannot send him a T-shirt because it is something to hang yourself with. You've got to really think, because often I've said, "Oh, why can't I do that?" He goes, "Go on, use your fucking life, girl. You can't fucking send that. I'm in fucking prison, not Pontins."
I mean, it is a bit ridiculous, though, after the amount of time Charlie's been inside, that, if he was going to do something like that...
it's a farce. But, I mean, the thing is, I suppose you've got to have one rule for all, and other people in the SEG unit might be suicidal or might be prone to doing things that he isn't, so you can't... If one person have one, the other person have kick off. So you've got to keep it consistent. And I understand that from their point of view. He can buy, obviously pencils and things from the prison, from his canteen thing. So what's the pencil if you buy it from there? Have it sent in? I don't know. But rules are rules.
Well, like I say, it's a protocol that has to be followed, isn't it?
It is, and it's one rule for everybody, so that people don't kick off. But
so then jumping forward. So then when did you get?
He said to me, "Oh, you want to the engagement now?"
No.
It just went on. He basically said, "Would you like to visit me again?" And I said, "Bloody good, yeah, not half, yeah." And he said, "Would you like to come on your own this time?" And I said, Yes, I fucking would, Charlie. I'll look on my own this time. I'm thinking, bless Basky, but yeah, I want me 2 hours with him because I want to just see.
Well,
I wanted to see also, to prove, am I being a bit of a dick? Am I, is this real? Because you keep doubting it. Well, I keep doubting myself. And
well, it's good that you're expressing that you're doubting, because it puts all them doubters out there.
It bloody well does. Because I'm an intelligent woman. I'm not Einstein,
no fool,
but I've got something between my ears, and it's a brain, and I can use it, and I've got letters after my name and all these sort of things. So I'm not a bloody idiot. I'm a bit of a clown at times, but I'm actually. I've got it. I know what's what. Yeah. I would not go into this. I've said that before. With my eyes closed, they're fully open. I've got bloody big pieces, and they can see it all.
I watched you deal with the little tough. What's his name? Cameron's mate. I won't say his name. Pierce.
You keep getting his name wrong. That's why you won't say his bloody name.
Pierce fucking Brosnan or whatever his name is.
Piers Morgan, not Brosnan.
Every time I say his name, my missus in the background. You hear her go, Morgan.
Morgan.
Well, him anyway. And that was one of the first things I'd seen you on, and I thought. I told you this before. I thought how you conducted yourself. I thought that it was fantastic because many times through it, I wanted to give you a slap.
Well, that's the thing. Immediately people jump on all of that. Now, listen, I might have had a bit of experience in front of a camera when I'm given a script and I'm told to do something, and I've got to be a character, and I do it, and I go home, and that's that. And just because. I'm not in bloody main big things does not mean that I wasn't earning a living as an actress, because I was.
Yeah,
I still am to some degree,
exactly.
But I certainly was.
And that's why, Paula, that's why I wanted to approach this subject, with an air of what made things feel like that, and instead of why would you do that?
What do you mean?
Like everyone wants to go, why did you do that? Why would you find him attractive? Why would you want to talk to him? I wanted to approach it with there was obviously.
Well, what I would say is, why did you find your bloke? Why did you? Exactly. we can all throw a few things. Who is without any past? Who is? Why did you want to have kids? Why did you? I don't listen. Everyone's own thing is their own business, and I just don't really get it.
No. Why
people are so bloody bothered and close-minded. And at one point, I was with these Facebook groups. I thought, and I even put it down, I thought, do you know what? Have you got nothing better to talk about than me?
Yeah.
Because it's flattering, but, are you getting a bit bored now? Because it's boring me. What are you playing at?
And exactly, and that's why I wanted to approach it with so what was it that made you feel that way? And what was it that made you, because obviously I could tell you as an intelligent girl, I could tell.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know, not why, I wanted to know what was it? And
what was it? And that's exactly what I would be. I would want to know. I'd be fascinated. I'd think, tell me a bit more. I wouldn't be. Right. We'll get to whether you want me to address Piers Morgan now or are we doing it chronologically. What do you want to do?
You say what you like. If you want to do it now, I'll cross it out of my mind for later. Yeah, go on.
Well, that interview, I'd got up at the crack of dawn. I was in a strange environment. I was ushered through thinking that I was going to have all this hair and makeup and everything done. They just went, oh no, you're fine as you are. And I thought, I'm bloody not. So, anyhow, I went into the green room and I'm waiting with everybody else, and everyone else that's there, they're there having a nice talk about everything else, and I knew. And what I also want to say is I chose him. There was a bidding war, or there was an interest, whatever you want to call it. For all the names, you got This Morning, Lorraine, Good Morning Britain, another one, Loose Women, blah, blah. A lot of them all wanted it because it had hit the news, and we instigated that, and I make no bones about that whatsoever, and I've got my reasons for it, which I'm more than happy to share. But we were in the media, and they all wanted to have a discussion with this crazy woman that was going to get married to Charlie Bronson.
And because he's the most biggest and most current and most cutting, you wanted to go Premier League and...
I did. And you know what? I thought, if I can handle that twat, then anything else is going to be a bit of a walk in the park, really. And I'm the kind of person that will throw myself in the deep end of a pool and think, right, well, if I can cope with this shit, I'd be fine in that shallow end. So just throw yourself in, do or die. That's the way I see it. Don't piss about, just fucking go for it. So I said to the lady that was looking after me at the time and sorting out various different things for me, because I hadn't got a bloody clue who to, they were coming to me. I did not court this. I courted it initially. I did. I put it out there, and why the bloody hell shouldn't I? Exactly. We're talking. Let's face facts. Let's call a spade a spade. He is the most notorious prisoner in this country. He is very infamous. I'm no wallflower. I'm no plain Jane, and I'm no wallflower.
No.
I've never shied. I'm always in the spotlight. If someone's going to dance, I'm in the centre of it. There's a little crowd around me. That's me. I might make an absolute tit of myself. I don't care, because I'm there. I'm in the middle of it. I'm not the one to stand on the sidelines. No. I'm a Leo, and if you know anything about star signs, I'm a typical Leo. And Charlie and me, part of what our connection is our eccentricity, is the fact we get each other's manic bonkersness, but we are very, very loving, very, very honest, very, very real people. Probably a bit too real, because I'm a bit too honest at times. And I don't play the game, really, of, I should say this, I won't say that. I just put it all out there, do what you want with it. So maybe when I've got a bit more experience, I might be a bit more candid about what I say. But right now, I'll just come out with whatever it is the truth. I think it's a bit more interesting than bollocking around with crap.
It's way more interesting,
and so I sat down with Charlie and I said, what do you want me to do? What shall we do? Because I was very aware that if I went to the media, it would have repercussions on other areas of my life, namely my career. And I can't reveal who I worked for, but it was a very professional, a couple of contracts. I had 3 contracts that dropped me within a day. That I was getting regular work from. Some of it was tutoring work, some of it was all under the umbrella of performance and tutoring, because I sort of branched off into that a little bit. But I lost those 3, and I didn't think it would happen so quickly, but I was under no illusion. I knew the fact, and me and Charlie had spoken about this. But I always believe when one door closes, another one will inevitably open. Don't sweat it. Life will take you on a journey, and I'm not afraid to go on that journey. I will go wherever life's going to take me, and otherwise I wouldn't have said yes to him. No. I wouldn't have. I allow my heart completely and utterly rules me, and I'm bloody proud that it does, because I will. When I'm on my deathbed, I will never ever have any regrets. There's never regret. What if that would have been? What if? I just do it. So, I mean, diminish it a few times, but other times not. It's the way it is.
I suppose you do, Paula. But in your mind, you like you say, you're a sharp girl. You've run it through your mind a million times. You've asked yourself every silly question that they're going to ask you before.
Absolutely. And do you know what? I thought they'd ask a bit more than that. It was a bit dull. Really, I would have made it a bit more. Inject it with a bit more or something. But anyway, and somebody, right? When you're going out with someone, or when you're engaged to someone. Of that ilk. Lorraine, his ex, she went on this morning, did a cracking job. There is going to be interest. It's inevitable. It might just be a friend of a friend who I meet at a party or who comes round to my house, and it's in conversation, a couple of glasses of wine. Oh yeah, I'm engaged to Charlie Salvador.
Right, another amazing interview, big man. Part 2 coming up in our next episode, and.
But before we wrap this episode, if anyone wants to write to the big man Charlie, then contact him here at this address. I'll give you it now, but we will put it on the actual podcast. It's Charles Salvador, A80 76 AG, HMP Wakefield 5 Love Lane, Wakefield, West Yorkshire, WF2 9AG. But make sure we advise that you send it in recorded stamped address envelope.
Throw a few stamps in and make sure you can chuck an SE in for him to return it to you as well.
Not like me when my mate was in Nick, right? Mate, tell you this. My mate was in Nick and he said, I swear to God, my fucking mail that I used to send to him, he said the screws used to be in stitches.
Right.
Because I sent him in, he was in all nick, and I
Right.
sent him in a fucking plan in cartoon drawings that I'd done of
Right.
him fucking tunnelling out the prison. I swear to God, right? He said, I fucking swear, Lee, he went, the screws was reading it, pissing themselves.
Fuck yeah. But I don't know how true it is, Lee. I don't know if Paul has mentioned to. Don't they read every word you send in? They
Yeah,
got
they do,
someone, they open the letter, they have someone read it. Is that true?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Fuck,
And obviously...
bit disgusting, I think, if you've got
It
per
is, well,
person.
obviously,
Say Paul and Charlie now, she wants to write
Yeah.
something, perhaps. I mean, but I suppose that's the way you go.
Well,
works,
that's why
isn't
she
it?
probably saves it for the visits, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like you say, that's why I was sending him them letters. Some of them they held back because I was saying to him, I'll be at the left side on Tuesday with the ladder, and I just was winding him up because it was pissing me off because he was reading everything. I sent him a parcel in one day that was 15 quid with the gear. You know, not that I'm a Scrooger out, and I'm not.
Yeah.
But I thought, you bastards, I never give you any of it. Zoo Mag, Nuts Mag, all the pictures of some right Brahmas in them as well. Not to be sexist, but you know,
Yeah.
we are men after all. You know,
I-
some of us.
But like you said, hopefully he'll answer everyone. But I know people in the past have sent him stuff in and he haven't got it. Maybe he did get it. Who knows? But I think a few times things have gone missing. If you know what I mean. But
Well, they will do.
but he's
mate.
pretty, pretty good at answering you, isn't he? But
It's funny. It always struck me as funny as all the expensive stuff seems to go missing.
well, we don't want to dwell into the things now, do we? Robbing bastards.
Fucking thieving fucking bastards.
Anyway, cracking show, Ali. Like I said, really enjoyed that interview with Paula, and part 2 is just as good. You know what I mean, so they want to come back and have a look at that. But like, leave some comments for us. Like I said, call Lee whatever you want. Subscribe to us on YouTube as well. Get on that YouTube channel, Gangland Podcast, and start subscribing so we can get the videos out there and we can make it bigger and go places. But don't wrap it up, Lee.
Yeah, like Ant says, get sharing it, people. You know, the more people listening, especially this podcast, you know, not to outdo the other ones, but this one's kind of a little bit more poignant and important to us and Charlie's plight, you know, for his future, you know, and Paula's future with Charlie, you know. So if you could share it on any networks, just get it out there and leave us your feedback.
Also, I'd like to chuck in there is a petition online you like to sign. I think it's on Paul and Rod's site. What was it? What's the site called?
Don't worry about it. We'll stick the,
you know
we'll
what I mean?
stick the link on.
I think it's free the artist Charles Salvador or something like that.
It is, yeah, it is. But don't go rummaging around trying to search and stuff. We'll put a link on the podcast for you to click.
Exactly. But wrap it up, big man.
Yeah. So, well, there's not much more for me to say other than thank you all for listening to me and Ant jabbering on again. You know, I have to keep him in tow because you know, before I met him, he was like a fucking big gorilla sat in a cage, and I had to sort of tame him from the wild, bring him out, and now he's a coherent human being almost.
Thank you very much.
Right, cheers for listening, people.
Know what I mean?